Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this quick video. I just wanted to get a chance to lay out a couple of things relating to the Fair and Show program, some of our goals that we have here for the upcoming year for the mighty new Great Plains division, and kind of give you a sense of who I was in case you weren't able to be with us on the conference call, where we'll be covering most of these same topics. So to properly introduce myself, if I haven't met some of y'all, my name is Brian Carter, and I am the district manager for the Highland Park area of North Texas, and I am also the Fair and Show coordinator, the events coordinator for the Texoma division and for the Great Plains division. And so I am really here to kind of juggle all those things, keep those plates spinning, but really I'm here to offer my services to you guys and to try and help with the experience of building up y'all's division and each of your individual offices. So I think I have an interesting perspective because I've been a really active show rep. I've been a district manager now for 11 years. I'm over $6 million in sales, 6.5, close to 7 million, company's court of honor. And I've personally sold about $400,000 worth of Cutco. And so I've been very blessed by this company. And in particular, I've loved my time as a district manager and getting a chance to work in the field. I've sold about $400,000 personally in Cutco. And about 100 of that was last year, a little over 100, while working, running my district office. And so I tell you all that not as a pitch to say you guys should be working shows. You guys should all be sitting in your office doing exactly what you're doing, but just to kind of give you a sense of really who I am. So I asked Nick for the opportunity to talk to you guys for a few minutes about what we were trying to get done and really give you a better sense for the program that you guys are going to be getting a chance to really feed some of your top reps into. In the Texoma division, which of course included Great Plains this last year, we actually were not just number one in the entire company, but we set a new company record for our Fair and Show team. The events team actually sold over $1.2 million of our divisional sales happened literally at a booth at Cutco events. And so, this was really just is an incredible opportunity for you guys to see some great high-level development from your people, but also help you further your goals. And it's a really exciting opportunity for your team, and I think for your division in particular, just because of how things are set up. So, to kind of dive into this, I just wanted to share with you guys my thought. And my belief, my honest belief, is that shows are the single biggest retention tool that we have for high-level reps in vector marketing. Whether someone ultimately goes into the realtor program, whether they're in management, most CSPs, virtually every long-term top vector person at some point or another does a stop through this program. And there's a lot of benefits to it that I wanted to share with you guys just to make sure that, we were all on the same page and we were offering consistent promotion to your team members that y'all are going to be working so hard to recruit this summer. So, when you think about the real benefits of the Fair and Show program for your representatives, there's a couple things that I always like to share with my guys. First off, it provides better stability to their business. It helps them run a more consistent year-round or campaign-round business. It can provide fresh leads, can provide sales at a booth that really can help re-energize people and build up their clientele. The second big benefit is that it ties people into a larger community, a community that's bigger than just their local office. One of the things that I hate to see as a manager is when a rep comes along in a newer office and they're chugging along, they're doing well, but they plateau. They hit 10K, 20K, 30K, 60K. And because there's such a big fish in such a relatively small pond, they end up in stasis. They end up just plateauing and they don't have anything that's really driving them forward. And so by being a part of a group that really does represent the best of the Great Plains division or the Texoma division or any division, it helps fight against that complacency. It's always challenging like what's possible and what they're capable of. And it's invigorating in a way that your people will gain things that you alone can't provide them with, and they get that from that community. But the other big benefit I like to promote to our team members is transferability. Getting really good at shows, if their life path happens to take them somewhere else, there's no guarantees, but shows can be a great avenue for building up a new customer base in a new area. No one is owed anything just because a rep leaves to go off to school. doesn't mean they're going to be guaranteed shifts in another division's program. But if someone's really great at the booth, I mean, honestly, as a coordinator, we want those reps. They help us hit our numbers, and they make our team better. You know, in the Texoma division, we have Kelly Martins, who came down from Nebraska. And Kelly was a top Silver Cup winning rep. And so, of course, we immediately embraced her into our show team because, you know, why wouldn't we? Chelsea Banks came out from Alabama. And Chelsea is remarkable. She's a very talented show rep. And even though primarily she does work as a realtor rep, you know, shows helped her establish herself here in the area and start to build up her clientele, which was a really important step for her. So there's a lot of big benefits for your reps. It's primarily, though, stability of their business, exposure to that community, and that top level training that only comes through their peers, but then also transferability and that greater mobility that's provided. You know, Josh Muller has relocated from Michigan to Oklahoma to Dallas to Austin. You know, most of our top people, you'll see that type of action has happened over the years because we want to talk a long-term vision for our team members. As a DM, though, I got to tell you, there's some huge benefits for you guys too. Obviously, the retention and the advanced skills that your people will develop and then bring back to your office is key. And I don't care how good you guys are, you know, you can't provide them with that same thing. Like, you know, up to about 50K, I think the DM is absolutely indispensable. But you know, past that, you know, we're not in the field enough. We're just not as active as Carlton Thompson is, or Marissa Mayer, and you know, the network that they have access to that they can make available to your team members is something that we would be insane to pass up. So you want your people to have that direct influence from that best talent out there. It's such a key thing. And you might hear a rep at 50K, you might go, wow, you know, I'm not even thinking that big right now. But the reality is you should be, because if you can do the right things, you can follow the plans in place, you recruit effectively, you have a good fast start program, by the end of the summer, you can have numerous reps at 10, 12, 15, 20K. We can embrace them, take them into our program, and over the next year, help develop them into that kind of talent working with you. As far as other benefits for the DMs, you know, FSM sales, it's hard to replace. You can look at most $1 million offices and see that there is a large component of their sales that come through FSMs and CSPs. You know, they may not count towards certain things, but man, those CSPs sure as heck help you hit campaign bonuses. And they're going to help you win trips. They're going to help you win Rolexes and Standard of Excellence and annual awards. There's so many things. And plus, it just provides that human trophy and example for the rest of your team members to be chasing after. And that's something that's very hard to replicate without it. New business pays the bills, but we need to live up to the commitments we make in our interview about this being a very big opportunity as a sales rep. And one of the ways that you really honor that is by helping develop people who can perform at that level. But the other big benefit for the DMs is, again, that community of success that builds up for the entire division. When you have this group of people that are just kicking ass, it's amazing how like attracts like. And when you're able to keep those great people around and they realize those really fat checks, all of a sudden at conferences, at meetings, on calls, that sort of thing is huge. In Texoma, our leadership group also has a contribution to the division clause. If you want to work the best shows and have a say in policy decisions, you have to have a measurable contribution to the division. So we've had great CSPs on our team who go along for campus visits to help create access to new schools. You know, they speak regularly at division meetings or they go to team meetings. They'll run a conference call for reps in a different office just to satisfy that contribution to the division clause. It's not just about the office they're working in, but how can their influence and their talent, how can we multiply the effect and really enhance what you guys are doing on a divisional level. And so that way, when you're thinking strategically about your year as a district and even as a division, all of a sudden you have these really big puzzle pieces that start to fit into place, and it makes a huge, huge difference. So a couple quick things here as far as some of the basics of the program. First off, it's important to understand that shows belong to the division. I don't really care if you run the office in Stillwater. If there's a show in Stillwater, fantastic. That show belongs to the division and really to the DVM. And that's just how it is. The coordinator administers the program. Hi, I'm Brian. Currently, I'm your coordinator. And we do that with the DVM and the management staff in place. So I'm the coordinator, but Marissa Mayer is right now our new events manager in Oklahoma, and she's going to have a huge influence on your team. Carlton Thompson has been an active part of our team in Oklahoma for years now. He's going to have a huge influence on your team, and you guys are going to benefit from all the Texas guys too that your team will be exposed to, at least over the next year, and they're going to benefit from that tremendously. It is a lot of work for reps. I want to be clear about that. We do not just throw people in. We do have high standards and expectations decisions, and we always communicate that with them. So it is important to understand that just because you get a rep to 20K in sales doesn't mean they're working the Oklahoma State Fair this fall. They're not, I can already tell you. But it does mean that we can open up a lot of other events that we have going on that the reality is they're going to be better prepared for, and it's going to be much more profitable for them, especially when they're new. So we do ask a lot from them, but what I can tell you is we provide exceptional training and we provide really, really great support. We do monthly team meetings, we have our group me, and we focus not just on skills in the booth, but about service call excellence. It's about running a consistent business. You know, we have everything from, we had my accountant come and speak at one of our meetings and talk about tax prep and financial planning, and you know, that's the sort of resources that we try to make available. Video got cut off there, so we're finishing this one here at my house. A couple basics I wanted to roll through real quick before we kind of wrap up. First off, when it comes to the role of the coordinator, I always define my job as a coordinator is to maximize sales in the territory, to maximize event sales in the territory, and to create opportunities for our team members on the Fair and Show team. You know, that's what I do. So everything that I do within my role is really held to that prism, and that's the standards that we try to hold our leadership group to. So when it comes to the actual training itself, you know, what'll happen once someone is at $10,000 in sales, then that person is eligible to be Fair and Show trained. That's the current levels. You know, we might assess that or change that over time. Once they hit that, they do want to order their Fair and Show kit off of Vector Connect. And that's going to have their training manual, audio CDs, and just a wealth of resources. And they're going to have that before they actually get a chance to participate in training. We're going to be doing training after SC2. I've already worked with Nick. We've got the date set, so that way you're going to have something really great to promote. Once someone has been through that training, then at 15K, they can do their field training. We require them to do 2 full days of field training at the booth, so that way they see everything from us going through scripts, handling objections, working with new customers, working with Cutco owners to really upsell them. They'll get a chance to see our policies put into place, like rep of record, which is just protecting their opportunity, even at shows that they can't be a part of. So that's a really exciting thing. Once people are on the team, that's something I didn't mention. All the customers that they've built up getting to that point, you know, are then protected. If their customers come and buy at a different show, we're going to make sure we write that order up under that representative. So it's just yet another perk that you know, I don't think we got into, or I don't think I covered in any detail. So at 15K, they can do their 2 days of field training, and then once they hit a certain sales milestone, it's either 20 or 30K depending on the division. I suspect we'll start at 20K in Great Plains, but that's really something that that Nick is going to have a big influence on. You know, I'll offer my opinion, and I'm sure he'll want to talk to you guys about that as well. Understand that last year, out of that $1.2 million the Texoma division did, $400,000 to $500,000 of that was done in the state of Oklahoma. There's a massive opportunity, and short term, you are going to see a lot of those sales, you know, go to some of the Texas teams, because the reality is we've been working for years to develop relationships, to negotiate with promoters, to suss out what shows are profitable and worth doing and which aren't. So there is going to be a process, but long term, you know, we need you guys to be working hard. We need you guys to be stewards of this, to take this stuff over. And as districts, I want to make sure y'all understand how you can have a really positive role in this. So how can you help? How can you help us do what we're going to do? Well, first off, we need consistent and appropriate promotion of the opportunity. You need to work the Fair and Show program as a normal part of your advancement talk. You know, build up the program. Talk about that as an exciting thing, that we do trade shows and events and boat shows and state fairs, and it can be a really, really great way to go out there and kill it. You know, for me, y'all, I've personally had 15 weeks over $10,000 at the booth. So, you know, having that kind of earnings potential, it can be literally life-changing. It's not even an exaggeration. Again, you don't want to oversell those financial opportunities. That just comes with experience and time. But at the same time, making this just a normal stepping stone, you'll have the opportunity to go through training. You can even join the team. Make training part of your Dirty 30 promotion. That's something that we're really focusing on in Texoma. When we talk about the Dirty 30 and all the great things that come about that, in addition to the events, the promotions, the recognition, you can actually get Fair and Show trained. And that can be such an easy tie-on to Dirty 30, which again, you guys all know the importance as district managers for us to get people up to that 30% mark. That has a profound change in your office. If you can get 7 people or 10 people or 20 people over 10K, you know, just because there's maybe that one extra carrot that you're dangling, you never know what's going to resonate with your recruits. Again, we're going to have that training after SC2. We'll make sure we get the dates out to y'all and we let it know. But I think the biggest thing is just quality communication with myself as coordinator, with Nick, and just really supporting and encouraging your team. As we build up Marissa and Carlton and these leaders that we have already in the Great Plains division, but as we continue to promote and work with new leaders, we want to make sure that we're all working in unison. And so when you guys have questions, if you have concerns, if you're not sure about something, how to handle it, how to promote it, how to cover it at a team meeting, I just ask that you guys reach out to me or reach out to them, because we're going to be so excited to help. My cell, I'm always available. It's 972-533-2433, and I'll make sure you guys get my email address too. But I would just ask for great communication. If you have any questions or you ever want to set up a call, I am a district manager. That's my primary role. But at the same time, I am excited to serve y'all. If you have questions, ask them. Make your needs known. But I think to wrap up, what I'm most excited about, I think the Fair and Show program is the ultimate coalescence between high-level FSMs and CSPs, because you can develop people to go as big here as you want. There will be $1 million show reps at some point in this company's future. I guarantee you it's going to happen. But this is the ultimate partnership between high-level salespeople, division leaders, division managers, and coordinators, and also our districts. And I think when the three of us work in unison, when you guys can support, encourage, and recruit aggressively, when the coordinators can find shows, train your people, and really build up the opportunity for them, and when your DVM just provides that vision and leadership and guidance for all of us, that's where we're going to have this amazing partnership, and I can't wait to do it with you guys. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out, but just know I'm excited to be a part, at least for however long it's meant to be. I'm excited to be a part of the Great Plains Division, and I appreciate your time. Hope you all have a great day.